Bengaluru city facing frequent power outages that too on a daily basis is an embarrassing feat for the authorities here. A few residents of Hoysala Nagar have alleged that they have been facing outages on a daily basis since the past week. Some even claim that the problem has persisted for the past 2 to 3 years. Here is their audio.
Power outage during summer is common in the city. But have you ever wondered that the outage might be for almost 8 hours per day? That is exactly what these residents from Hoysala Nagar is claiming. And they also allege that the problem has persisted not just recently, but for the past 2-3 years.
It might be a little surprising to hear that Bengaluru city has an everyday power outage. Those in the central business district do not often face this problem, but yes, there are residents who do face power outages for about almost 3 to 4 hours on an everyday basis. So let's go ahead and meet these residents from Ramurthy Nagar's Hoysala Nagar over here about what their plight has been so far. So can you tell us how long power cuts and how frequent they are in your area?
In past 3 to 4 years, we have been same problem is happening. But average a day, it takes 8 hours, 9 hours, sometimes the whole night no power at all. Sometimes it comes 1 hour, again they cut up 2 to 3 hours. And there's no power to pump the water for anything, for going for toilet or anything, taking bath. Children are suffering night time because of exams, so they also not at all going to able to go on time because lots of mosquitoes every night biting.
There's a resident over here who approached the BESCOM authorities as well, and this is what the response she got. Ma'am, you approached the BESCOM authorities, what did they say?
Every day I call them and they give unnecessary reasons. They say overload. What is overload? Where it is overload? We are in a technology world. Why can't the transformer be transferred for the higher capacity? They are asking us to come and talk to AEO, JEO, whatever. Still we are ready.
So these were some of the residents who just gathered around with us to tell their problems of the power outages which have been quite frequent in this area.
During the time of reporting, several shops were running on UPS. The residents alleged that power cut recently has hampered those preparing for exams. But how true are the claims of the residents that power cuts happen on a daily basis? Hoysala Nagar has been facing power outages for a significant period of time for the past 1 week. BESCOM calls it a technical glitch. The problem, which they claim has now been solved and the electricity has been restored.
That area is fed from a feeder emanating from ITS station. 3-4 days back there was a problem with the power transformer 31.5 and that time there might have been interruption, and not that every day the interruption will be like that only. So right now I don't think there is any problem with that area. Now summer has crept in and a lot of AC load might have come. And in the morning times also, due to peak hour, everybody will be just going for geyser and everything. So I think the load is increasing now.
BESCOM refuted the allegations that the area was facing daily power outages for the past 2-3 years. This is exactly what the data tells us about the power outages in Hoysala Nagar. Whose claims are true? According to the data with BESCOM, the number of power interruptions in Hoysala Nagar E11 subdivision in the year 2019 was 87, and the average number of hours the outage was recorded was for 2 hours and 18 minutes. It means that in a month there were nearly 7 power outages. However, the data shows that January didn't record a single power outage, while April recorded the most with 19 times of power cut. According to this data, in Hoysala Nagar, the power outages weren't on a daily basis as claimed by the residents for the year 2019. That being said, the subdivision under which the Hoysala Nagar falls, that is E8, has in 2019 recorded the highest number of interruptions out of all the other divisions, even when compared to 2018. BESCOM says that the particular problem has been persisting for a week in Hoysala Nagar. But if you were wondering where you could escape power outage in Bengaluru city, you might want to take a look at these figures. zone comprising of several areas in Bengaluru Northeast zone suffered the most power outages. This zone includes Rammurthy Nagar, Hoysala Nagar, Banaswadi, Kalkere among other areas. It is part of the Mahadevapura zone. Bengaluru North has suffered the second most power outages, but also consistent power outages since 2018. This area includes Hebbal and other nearby places. The area without power outages has been surprisingly the Bengaluru East area, including Whitefield, Kadugodi and Varthur. This zone did not figure in 2018 and 2019 for any significant number of complaints or outages registered.
Since 2 to 3 years, I don't think so. Any area in BESCOM jurisdiction would have had such a problem, because we have taken care of each and every consumers, like we are giving uninterrupted power supply only.
For those who are already settled in Bengaluru may not have much of an option to change their homes based on the best areas with power supply. But for those who are house hunting, it might be better to reside in the area with a good power supply. Because we all know how reliant we are on electricity. Amrita for News 9, Bengaluru.